Thank you. That's why I live here, because I'm pretending that I'm in New York.
There's more where
How
that
are
came from,
you?
for sure. I'm good. I'm just, another day, another bra that doesn't fit.
Oh, shit.
I
Your lashes look good. How did that happen? Did you do them yourself?
did them myself.
They look amazing.
Thank you so much. The glue is still drying.
It looks really good.
And well, I've had some masters carve out this potato face a few times, so I have learned a lot.
Don't even say that. You look so pretty natural.
Oh my God, no, I don't.
Yes,
Thank
you do.
No,
I saw
you do because you're still in your 20s.
Oh,
I'm
shut
getting a
up.
drink.
Oh, yeah, what are
Anyone
you
else
thinking?
getting a drink? I'm just trying to find what
I
kind
have
of cup
mine.
I'm gonna. You what?
I have mine.
I can't
Are you
drink
jealous or are you feeling really like clear and good?
No, because it's not like you're feeling clear. You're like you got. Sorry, this is my.
You have like a whole nother brain developing in your belly.
You got two brains and you got hormones and
Goodness. I wish I could see you. I'm sure you're so beautiful with your belly.
I'll show you in a minute. I just gotta sit down and stuff. I just plug my ring light in.
Girl, take your time. I'm just happy you're here, kind of.
I'm
On time.
excited. We are having drinks. I want to know what everyone else is drinking. Drop your drink of choice in the comments.
Did you hear the good news? I don't think you've heard the good news yet.
Yes, girl. I run your record label. I know you've been added a bunch of different radio stations. Congratulations. You think I don't know things, girl?
Listen, I know you
I've
know
done
things,
this before you.
Well, shit, I don't know. Like, I don't know who to say what. Like,
Okay, if you're just tuning in, hi guys. It's Katy Perry and Cynthia Lovely.
AKA Sin.
Sin, yes. CYN is how you do it. But if you don't know Sin is the very first artist I got to sign on my tiny little record label called Unsub.
Tiny, please.
It's tiny, and what did we start working together about 3 years ago and change?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And just been developing and writing so many songs and putting out amazing songs, and now she has her own little group of sinners.
They've been really popping off on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have. I mean, you're a really good responder. It's like you are alive. You are engaged.
It's crazy because I've never felt more confident and secure. It's like it took quarantine for me to confess who I really am, which is really strange. But
I don't know if any of us have another choice.
That's right.
Did I get Nugget in here? She's always fun to bring. Come here. Oh, gosh. I'm going to go. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going. Hold on.
But I think I should probably talk about like how I met you, because that's like a constant question that I have before we get into it. Yeah, girl. Should I just
sit down and turn on the ring light?
All right. You do that.
But by the way, how are you? I mean, I know I've been seeing that you've been thriving and painting and creating, and I just think anyone that's thriving in week 8 of quarantine is an absolute psycho.
Well, I am. You know that.
Yes, I do. That's what my friend Sophia said to me. Okay, I'm here. Woo!
Ooh, looking good.
Oh, gotta put my feet up.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you're gonna be a mom.
I've always been a mom.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always been a mother.
But I'm just so happy for you, and I'm glad that the whole world knows, because it was hard to keep that secret for months.
You were actually one of the first handful of people that knew, because we just went on a trip to Dubai, and I had told you because I wanted to spend some time with you, and I was like, do you want to come on this random trip to Dubai?
And I was like, Yep. Two
Yeah.
days later.
And so I was like, well, if I'm not drinking much, it's because.
Right.
And
But
that
it was
was,
more so like, I'm falling asleep at the table, and this is why. Like,
yeah, also jet lag, guys.
that too. And you were performing, and you were
Oh,
on.
yeah, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
let's
all
talk
that.
about you first and foremost. This is Sin. If you guys don't know her, she's amazing. She has a song called Drinks Out. It's a cute little lullaby for alcoholics. Um,
Which
it's
is not what I'm saying at radio promo, but like for now, it's fine. Sure.
Sin, how young are you?
I am going to be 27 on May 13th.
Oh, you are. That's so soon, right?
I know. I
Not a
know.
quarantine birthday. I gotta get in my car and honk at you from outside the window or
Oh,
something.
no, no. You don't have to do all that. But yeah,
Man.
quarantine birthday.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't care. I'm so happy with everything that's going on with drinks and with all of the fans on Twitter and stuff. Honestly, I feel so surrounded by love. Like this is all very transformative. I feel really close to myself. It's really good.
well, yeah, you're the only one that's been with you for the longest time. So if you ain't close to yourself now, you ain't gonna get closer, y'all.
You know what I mean when you don't have to
I
focus, when you can't focus inward and then you finally have to.
I know. I know.
I mean, but I have a question though. Like, this is probably like the first time you've been able to spend time with your like sig other, like, right? Like so close. So like, how's that?
If you cannot love each other, I mean, my saying is, if you don't love me, if you love me, I'm botching my own saying. If you love me during quarantine, you can love me any other time. Because quarantine probably reveals the most about you. I mean, you can't even hide your foot fungus anymore. It is just out there. I mean, I used
God.
to have it, but I don't have it anymore. But you can't hide anything. You got to go and like, it's like this is me.
No,
This
I
is
feel
it.
you. All of my friends, my sister's going through a breakup. Like so many
Oh,
people I
really?
know. Yeah, she's totally fine. She's great. But like, it's kind of like if you don't love me during quarantine, you're never gonna love me, and that's just
That
the
was what I
motto.
was going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
So
talk about the genesis of Sin.
yeah.
Around 3 years ago, let's talk about how you came to be and how we crossed paths, and now
Right.
we're working together, and now you're popping off like a baby bottle pop.
Aw. Well, it's like a fairy tale story in a way, kind of. When I was 17, 18, definitely, I was 18. I went to your California Dreams tour, and I saw your opening DJ.
You and Dua Lipa.
Huh?
I said you and Dua Lipa.
Really?
Dua Pipa.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know.
Well, at that tour, I noticed Twitter was like just a thing. And so I started following Trevor, DJ Skeet Skeet, on Twitter. And then it kind of like for the next like few years, it was like he would tweet, "Who's writing music?" And I would be like, "Me." And I would like send him these like really shitty demos. And it wasn't until I started connecting with people in Chicago when I was in college, and they were like real producers. And I started having like a decent handful of demos, and then Lauren Glucksman got a hold of those demos, and
Shout
then
out, babes.
and then you got a hold of those demos, and of course there was like a formal vetting process thing that happened, but it was pretty casual. I just ended up in your living room, and your parents were just leaving. I was nervous as hell.
You
I,
came in, and I was like, audition. No,
yep, you
I was.
basically were. And you were like to your mom, you were like, "Her name is Zen, but you don't like." I remember that.
I always love to poke my mom like that.
It's funny.
And
But
then you
yeah,
played
so
some songs on the piano, and
we
you know,
talked about my future. Like, do I want to do music videos? Do I want to go on tour? I think my answer to everything was yes. Yes, all of
yeah,
it.
of course, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now even more. I mean, the sky's the limit. I think you check so many different boxes, and you could be whatever you want. You're an incredible actress. what people may or may not know about you is a lot of the videos that you've made, you've come up with the ideas, you've like co-directed them, you remind me of myself in a lot of ways, and
Which
that's
is such a compliment.
well, and that's why I was drawn to you, not because I'm a narcissist, but just because I was like, I know the hustle and I know what it takes to get to where you want to go, and you've got the hustle and the drive, and it's not like you're waiting for everyone to do everything for you. You're like, I'm just gonna do it. You know what? I'm not gonna wait for an answer anymore because this is taking too freaking long. So I'm just gonna go and hustle my butt and do it.
Right. Which helps, like, having you on speed dial, because like for the I Can't Believe video, I texted you that Friday and I was like, hey, can I do this? And you were like, yup. And these are the stipulations, but go for it, girl. And I was like, cool.
I was like, just do it and don't spend any more money than this amount.
Yep. It was like, I felt like I was like talking to my cool aunt, and she was like, yeah, girl, go shopping.
Your cool aunt helping you with your science project?
Yeah, kind of. But no, thank you for the compliment.
No, so if you're not following Sin, if you're tuning in on my Instagram, come here. Follow Sin on her Instagram, Cynthia Lovely, obviously. She's very active, like I was
sorry
in my
about
20s.
it.
No, I'm gonna be more active pretty soon, but I'm growing things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like pace myself.
I think like so many people though like love you, and like I think they really want to see you become a mom and stuff, So that'll be good when you start sharing these things.
That's nice.
I'm trying to encourage you. This is me encouraging you.
I mean, I love all my children equally. Besides you. Or I'm just patterning myself.
No, do you think?
Screenshots are forever.
Yeah, get it. What was I gonna say?
So tell me about how you came up with Drinks, the song today that we are celebrating, because it's Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but with the Sin, with the CYN. You like that pun, kind of that play on words?
Was that your idea?
No, actually it wasn't.
But
I think it was our friend Matt.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was someone. I mean, our whole team has a very punny approach.
They really do.
But tell me about how you came up with Drinks as a powder my face.
Sure.
And what was the feeling behind the song Drinks that you guys should check out, especially now in quarantine, especially today, Cinco de Mayo, especially over a margarita or your favorite Sancerre, whatever you please. We are all kind of drinking in this quarantine. I mean, I'm not, but
right.
trust and believe you better have a dirty martini waiting for me.
So the inspiration behind Drinks, and like usually what I say is, the facts are the facts. He got mad, so I got drinks. And Alexa knew the bartender, so all the drinks were free. Like,
Alexa's an Amazon girl or no?
No, Alexa's my bestie, my real bestie.
And I know, but her real name is Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if when you play the song that Alexa like is triggered, because mine is set to echo. Now it's going off. But anyway, Alexa came over and was like, you need to change it because I'm feeling dehumanized. So I had to change my devices to say echo.
Get it.
But anyway, yeah.
So is about a relationship you were in or are in, or?
No.
Yeah, but the children don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
I'm trying to be like an interviewer.
Well, you're doing a great job. Okay, fine. I'm not in a relationship. I was, but not anymore. As soon as it was over, I could be me again, which is another lyric from the song. Yeah, I think I wrote the song in the hook as kind of like a joke. Honestly, I thought that like let me just fool around on the track and say he got mad, so I got drinks. And then I think I maybe reeled it in with the verses a little bit. They're like more in depth and not as throwaway, and like even wouldn't say that the hook is throwaway, but you know what I mean when it's like
It's you know what it is? It's a hooky little ditty that's fun and the soundtrack to going out, you know?
yeah.
I mean, but you run the gamut as far as the different subject material that you cover. Like, I mean, I'll Still Have Me, which is a song that you put out almost what a year ago and change.
Honestly, it's like I think it'll be 2 in September.
Time flies. And that has a lot of depth to it, and you know, you've got a bunch of songs. One of the songs that was on the I'm Pregnant Brain film,
Birds of Prey, Lonely
Birds of
Gun.
Prey, Lonely Gun, which is
Yeah.
great. You're a fantastic writer.
Yeah.
You are getting, you know, all kinds of fun shine from different people like ASCAP.
I know,
And
that's really sweet. Did you hear about that? That
I did.
little,
Are you allowed to talk about that?
I don't know. But anyway, I kind of got like a little award from ASCAP, which is like a little scholarship, which I'm like grateful for. But
Yeah, they picked you out of all the songwriters, you know, right now, and in ASCAP, and ASCAP is great. They picked you as one of their top songwriters, and you are one of the top songwriters. I mean, you are such an incredible writer, which I think is one of the most important things about being an artist, is to be able to vocalize who you are and your identity. And you have such a strong identity.
thank you. I mean, I have the best to look up to.
Stop sucking my butt.
You deserve it.
Okay, more fun stories.
What was I going to say though? I was going to say, going back to like versatility and things like that, like I saw a comment on the Drinks video, which was like, this is a big difference from like, I'll Still Have Me or whatever. And I just thought, I think back to like when we were on the beach in Dubai and I was like, but this song and this song and this song sounds like this and this song sounds like that. And you were like, don't put limits on yourself. And then from then on, like when I have conversations and like, let's say I have meetings and you're not there, like I usually lead with, well, Katy doesn't think it's a problem. Like, you know, like all of the songs and how they sound so different. And so I really think about that. And
Well, I mean, in my own personal music, I've done a lot of that. I've tried out many different sonic styles and beds. And, you know, it would probably be different if you were an acoustic artist or you were like a heavy metal artist or whatever. If you were such a specific, distinct genre, but pop really is short for popular. And so I think you can experiment and not put limits on the textures and sounds. And, you know, I also believe like women are not just one thing. We're so multifaceted.
right.
Like, I'm every woman. It's all in me. Hello. Why do we get the choice to make human life? Because we got all the tools and more.
We just need that one little ingredient. No,
Yeah,
but I agree.
science.
I was gonna say something though. I'm blanking. I have quarantine brain.
It's okay. Your brain. I read something on Cleo's Instagram the other day
Mm.
about how your brain is just generally exhausted and shutting down because of all of the anxiety and small tasks that are new tasks that everyone's doing that they're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of sweeping. I love
Me
sweeping.
too. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm constantly doing dishes, to be honest. I'm like, why is it just never ends? But
Yeah, dishes are never done. It's an evil, evil thing.
definitely. But I was gonna say,
I know that
I
there's
was gonna say, like when it comes to the sound though, I think maybe you can agree with me. Like it's either like a really, really, really emotional, stripped acoustic ballad, or it's like this like complete opposite, like super pop driven production big hook. Like I feel like I like teeter between those two things.
yeah. I mean, and then you know, I think it's then again it's drinks. It's this little ditty drinks that goes round and round. Is you know like is just like a catchy little hook too. I think you have the capacity to do whatever you want, and I'm glad that you don't put limits on your art, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like as well, like bouncing around from studio to studio. Like there's so many incredible writers in LA, and like you're in the room with one person and then you make a record that sounds like this because they're so good at that sound. And
Yeah, it rubs off.
yeah, suddenly you
You
have
find your
like,
collaborators.
yeah, or you just find like a handful that all have really distinct sounds, and then you have like a handful of really distinct sounding songs, like, you know. But yeah.
Do you want to talk about I was never going to go on tour, and I know a lot of things were
Mm.
rescheduled because of all this, but you were about to head out on a tour, and how you're feeling about that and what happened, and what plans or dreams do you hope for after all this has kind of subsided?
Yeah. Well, actually, I haven't been able, like, I didn't tell you this yet, but I think I texted Austin recently, and I was like, I really
Your
need to,
manager?
my manager, correct. Sorry, I forget there are people watching. I
Yeah, we're
texted
not just
my,
on FaceTime.
yeah, whoops.
Girl,
Thanks for the reminder.
I ain't gonna put a lash on you just for FaceTime.
But I texted Austin and I was like, this is the first time I feel like I really need, like I did with my writing, I need to step up the live show. And so I'm feeling like thankful that things got postponed because I want to really get crazy and like buckle down and make sure that like I seem like that my stage presence and my live show matches like I think my caliber of writing, which I think is getting to a good spot. So I'm thankful. I'm bummed that it's being pushed back, and but it seems like I have a lot of growing to do, and I need to like spend time contemplating it still. So yeah,
Well, I think a lot of it comes from experience too. So
true.
I'm sure when you came on the road with my last tour, you were like, from the moment you started to the moment you finished, you probably got to learn a lot.
Oh my God. I mean, I always say like you really threw me to the sharks, and
Hello.
just calling me. I'm back though. I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, um, you
Call
really,
him back?
you really, really threw me to the sharks on that
The
tour.
left sharks?
Yeah, the left sharks. I always say that, because and then I always like look back on it. I'm like, if I could get on stage and open for you, I can do anything. Like, I'm not afraid to do whatever in a music video or, you know, I'm not, I'm so much braver because of that experience. And I feel so confident. Like,
Then you were on tour with Years and Years, right?
years and years, yeah. And those were like way different kinds of rooms. So it went from, what are they called? Stadiums? Not
No, no,
arenas.
no. Arenas.
Arenas. Yeah, no, I don't know the difference. So you're in
Okay.
arenas, and then I went to like
The
small
fans
theaters.
do.
Yeah, they do. Um, yeah, so sorry, arenas, right? To small theaters. And also, I wanted to say, do you remember I texted you and I was like, I had a dream you and Orlando were engaged. And then I saw you at a Years and Years show and I was like, and then you were like, sing, tell Orlando about your dream. And I had to tell him about the dream. So I just thought that was funny.
It was inevitable.
Yeah, it was. That's so sweet. But yeah, it's been, I mean, I was thinking about it, like, what do you think? Like, when I walked into your living room, I mean, I'm like you're a different girl, I'm a different girl, it's a different
Yeah,
world.
every day we're different, and we're the type of young ladies that strive to evolve and, learn different skills and tools that help us in our evolution every day. I mean, I don't want to be who I was when I was 21, and I certainly am not, or even 27.
Mm-hmm.
A whole different person, and I'm happy for the change. But I think when I first met you, I thought, okay, you're so beautiful. You look like, you know, a girl that is like a catalog, cozy Connecticut, wearing a sweater, you know,
Yeah.
Nantucket.
We all know what you think who did you tell me I remind you of?
I don't know.
What's her name? With the suits. What did you text me that night? Oh shit, I can't remember.
The suits.
When I was sending you, you said you look like so and so or whatever. Oh,
Well, you're like I mean, this is the highest compliment, like a Natalie Portman.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, like she's a legend on her own, but
I
you
wish
definitely,
I was
anyways. So
Bella.
presentationally, it's great, and then you sing with this. First and foremost, you sing with this incredible kind of like intimate jazz, soft tone
Mm-hmm.
that really beckons the listener to like tune in. It's you can't like just put it on as background. You have to really your ear just naturally tunes into your type of voice because it also reminds me of like Cardigan's Love Fool, you know, very sweet. You
Yeah.
have like a little bit of a Lisa Loeb face, like,
Aw.
and you're
Well,
not shy. You've got so much chutzpah, and you know you've got dreams. And you know, I remember when I first met you, you were not shy about your dreams. And you know, when you first meet someone, they tell you everything they want to do and how they're going to do it, and you're like, okay, 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 one step at a time.
yeah.
We'll get there. But you know, if you can go the distance, you do get there eventually. It just you can't skip the steps, and you have to really put in the work, and the patience is wild. I mean, remember where you were 3 years ago and like you're like, why isn't it happening now? And you're in
Yeah.
the
I couldn't
you're
have
in the
known.
grind now,
You were
and
right. I needed to
and it's
wait.
still happening, and it's on the up. You know, it's starting to really like, you know, kick off, especially with drinks. But it's just wild that it takes a long time sometimes.
It does take a long time. I mean, we even had like a whole other EP planned before Mood Swing, and I'm really glad that like that wasn't it, you know?
Did I
Bless your
just
room.
flashed my dirty bed because I was like trying to tap on Bradford's comment who said he's like, I'm a sinner.
That's sweet. Oh, actually, I saw Matt commented, it's Diane Keaton who you told me I looked like. Don't worry, your bed looks fine.
Oh, no, it's fine. I love my bed. Diane Keaton, yeah. Well, we were having a conversation about your music video, and this is how um Joan Crawford, Mommy Dearest, I am with you about everything. Or, you know, I like to be involved as much as you'll have me involved.
Oh,
And
I want to hear your opinion on everything.
the
Everyone knows that.
conversation was completely, you know, the conversation is always open. That's the thing about the team that we've created and the team I've created for myself is like, it's a bad deal when you are surrounded by yes people. You got to have some devil's advocates. You got to have some outside the box type thinkers. And I think you have that, and we have that as a team. But I was doing some healthy discourse with you.
You were.
I was
We should just let them know what we're talking about.
okay. So Sin made a video for the song "Drinks," and I was like, "It's coming out in the spring. Like, you know, you maybe
Don't wear
like."
the suit.
I was like, "Don't wear a turtleneck. I mean, you look like Diane Keaton, who is amazing, but you're 27 and it's different. Although a lot of like." I think looking like Diane Keaton at 27 is bomb too. It's just, I was like having this conversation about all of it very frankly. You know, I don't
Hmm.
mince my words.
Well, I think like the part of working with a team is like you're very right about a lot of things, and I'm very right about a lot of things, and like have maneuvering that intelligently, like knowing when to step down and when to step up is like part of it. That's like what happens, especially if there are any young artists that aren't signed yet and they're watching. Like, be prepared to have to explain your ideas because that's just the way it goes. when you
I'm
work with
sorry. You
people.
don't explain your ideas. You have a freaking PowerPoint presentation. I mean, she's got like bullet points. It's like a whole PDF. I'm like, okay,
I
girl,
went
just
to
send me.
college.
I didn't go to college, but I'm good.
And
I just
besides,
like
they're
send me
PDFs.
one photo, one reference
They're
photo.
PDFs. They're not PowerPoints. I don't have PowerPoint
I
anymore.
don't know. I know that's like a reference from 2001, but I'm old, so what?
Oh my God, no. But yeah, no, but I think the suit ended up working well. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. You got many more. You have many more music videos to make. Now,
Thank you.
y'all.
That means I get to make more. Woohoo!
Oh shit.
uh,
Some of us have to work. Um,
right.
so I wanted to say, if you haven't heard this song, it's called Drinks. You can check it out on every streaming platform ever. And right now, actually, radio, like your local radio station, like your local pop radio station, is debating if they're going to put it on their radio, if they're going to add it to their station. And I think what you should do is you should pretend like it's early 2000s, even though it already feels like early 2000s right now. You should call up your radio station. You should say, hello, I'm requesting to hear Drinks by Sin. That's CYN, and that's what you'll be in if you don't play it.
That's what you'll be in if you don't.
You'll be living in sin.
I love that. Awesome.
You'd rather live with sin than living in sin.
Well, thanks for saying that. It's really sweet.
Wait,
I think it's gonna do well.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Dun 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 dun. Okay.
I had to close out some of my online shopping apps so I could save my battery.
Have you been doing a lot of that?
Yeah, I mean, like, no one's going nowhere, so add to cart.
I've been like Amazon Prime lists. Like I have a list for like when so and so comes to visit. I'm like, I need to buy all of these things before they get here. You know?
Oh, that's good. I love a list.
Yeah. It's been helping with my anxiety. But anyway, let me think if I have any other questions for you because I wrote down some things.
Can I ask you I know we've only been working together for like 3 years, but what advice or what would you tell Cynthia 3 years ago now that you know and have written 300 bazillion songs and are on the upward climb on the mountain?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I've told you this before, but when I first signed, and I think this is kind of inevitable, you just like, you feel this pressure, you consider who your label is, and you think about what their expectations could possibly be, and you can't help it. That like influences you. And I think in the beginning, I like went from this like lo-fi neo-soul jazz into this like pop world because I thought, this is what's going to spark my label's ear. Nobody even told me that's what I had to do. So if I had to go back, I would say, don't worry about conforming to what you think people expect from you when you sign. You're being signed because
you're being developed.
Because you're you, and you need to be developed. And so I wish I would have known, like, you know, add to the sound that's already been happening independently. Don't do a complete pivot from it. And I think I did that on accident, but I got closer to it again with I'll Still Have Me. So that would be what I would give myself, like that kind of advice. And maybe don't cut your hair off, like that to me. But I went through some shit.
Listen, I did it. I cut my hair off too.
It's just, like,
I was just like, I was over it. I was like, what are you gonna like just are you gonna just like see me? Hello.
I mean, but you had your whole journey with like you were already there and whatever else. I like changed. I signed and then I like wasn't even knew me, and I had completely changed my look and everything, and I don't even think I knew how to deal with that. So I'm looking back on those photos. It's stupid. It's just hair. It doesn't matter. Young artists, don't pay attention. Just focus on your sound and your art.
Yeah, we're blabbing because we're
Yep.
having a 5 o'clock Cinco de Mayo drinks. That's the
Yeah.
theme of today. What are you drinking? Are your comments coming through? I wanted to answer any of the questions, the simulated questions. Or are they
Yeah, let me
frozen?
click on them. No, I've got some questions. Let's see.
Hello? Whoa.
Am I here? Can you hear me?
This whole time I could have had a filter? The fuck?
You do not need a filter. I am done
I
with
know.
you thinking
I
that you're
know.
old and stuff. You're
Uh,
not.
y'all,
Just
Cynthia, I don't think I'm
stop it.
old. It's just a bit.
You don't have a single thing. I saw you fresh face in your car. Okay, that's a lot. I saw you fresh face in your car, and I was like, you look like you look in your 16-year-old pictures. Like, you do.
Sorry, I'm just trying out. Oh, girl. I'm trying it. I didn't even know. Ooh, I could have gotten a lot more creative with this.
Oh my God.
We'll just go back. I must be drunk off of decaf coffee.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
I want to ask you though. So, like,
I can't find the dang comments aren't working. Hello?
really, they're not even popping up for you?
Trying.
Dun
They're
dun dun dun.
frozen. No.
Well, I see you saying hello. Trust me, they're all popping up for me.
Okay. Well, if you want to ask any sin-related questions, Cynthia went to college so she can read real fast.
You know, I say that in my sessions when people question my ideas. Yeah. They do the same thing. They laugh at me. They get it. They get it.
So if you have any sin-related questions,
They're all kind of crazy, the questions. They're all kind of like, Morta Linda, I love you. Come to
yeah,
Brazil.
we will come to Brazil, and we always do.
I haven't been to Brazil yet. But you know, we started the international journey. So maybe I'll be there soon.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of the Brazilian fans love you,
They
and
do. They love
a lot of
me.
Latin American fans love you.
Oh, Michael says, say hi, Michael. Hi, Michael. Our Michael.
Which Michael?
Uh, uh, my brother, Michael, on my label.
Oh, Michael. Oh, okay, Michael. I was like, there's
Sorry,
a couple
Michael's a
Michael.
bit of a common name, isn't it?
No, it's Michael's offended.
No, but my
calling.
brother's name, my brother's name is Michael. So I guess I have more than one brother. I have a label brother, and then I have a little brother. So that didn't help at all.
Tell me more questions.
No, but I want to ask you. This is like
Okay.
in the future for me. So
Okay.
it's not a thing, but like how what does it feel like finding your love and like, you know, you're gonna be a mom. Like what the do you think what am I gonna write about? Like is that like do you
You
see
think
it
because
like
you find your
develop?
partner, it's just like happily ever after and you have no problems? Y'all, you're crazy.
Okay,
You
so
have
there's still
nothing
more
to
to write
write. You
about.
have no friction to write about. You're not.
Okay, good to know.
There is no there. I mean, you're gonna always be working on yourself and your relationship. Like, honestly, when Justin Timberlake put out that song Mirror, remember that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when it was, early 2012 or something.
Yeah.
At first, everyone was like, what is this? And then if you read the lyrics, you're like, oh, yeah, that's completely true. And they are. Your partner is your mirror. And, you know, I don't know about you, but sometimes if you get me in front of one of those magnifying mirrors, like at a hotel, and all of a sudden I see my pores and like my whiskers. I mean, I won't leave the hotel room. I'll be late for something by 30 minutes because I'll be like, I cannot believe I'm seeing all of these things I never saw that I might need to take care of. You feel me?
Interesting. Yeah, I feel
So
you. I get it. I get it.
don't put a magnifying mirror that close to my face, but that's what your partner is.
Damn.
And look, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be lots of different feelings I'm going to be writing about in the future,
Yeah.
just because you like, and also like people partner up and have children and write amazing records and are re-inspired. I mean, this is a big part of life, so I'm sure I'll have a huge new muse.
I mean, I can't wait to see you embrace it. I like if I could give any advice to the people I look up to, the pop stars I look up to, it would just be to like embrace the reality of their life and like not worry about like trying to be who you were in 2011. Like I think as a fan, like I want to see who you are now. So that
Yeah.
would be not that I need to give you any advice, but
Yeah, I think evolution is beautiful. And I think, someone I've always looked up to that did the reinvention evolution game was Madonna. And,
yeah.
she had all of these eras where she had Lourdes and, her first child. And like, when you look back on that, it's like, what an iconic time. That was her ray of light time.
My mom and I listened to that record in the car all the time, and I guess it kind of makes sense because it was such a motherly album, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, it was definitely profound. Like she definitely hit on something connective, and she was really connected at that time as well. And she's a
Yeah.
connected person in general, but as a messenger and growing a human but yeah,
That's a great example.
I love, I'm excited for all of my pop peers to step into the next like life levels as well.
It's gonna be really cool to see, and like I'm like right behind you guys, so I'm just rooting
Not
for you,
yet.
you know.
Not yet, honey. Not yet.
Well, you know. But I was also gonna ask you, I think we have this in common. We're both veering on the optimistic side of things. Do you see pop music kind of doing like a little bit of a shift from anxiety driven pop and like kind of going into like something a little more optimistic, as we like to say?
Yeah, I gotta get a Mophie. Oh my gosh. Poptimistic. Well, the trends have been, more hip hop and urban leaning in the past couple of years. And
But we can find our way, like for example, drinks.
yeah, of course. I'm not worried. Stay true to yourself. And I think, if you're staying true to yourself and staying on your course, then your time will come. Like, don't shift just because the wind shifts. Just be you. I gotta get my
Yeah, yeah.
my Mophie.
Which is like the
But I
like
think,
most. Sorry,
but
go
people are.
on.
I think maybe the music. I'm waddling. I think the music is maybe a little anxiety based because
That's
we're
just the
living in a
reality of the
because
times.
we're living in a much more anxious world. We're living in
But
a
I mean
more a
like
more
when.
depressed, sad, anxious world, and social media and like
Oh, okay.
all that is partially to blame for it. The
Yeah.
facade of who you wish you were compared to the reality of who you are. I mean,
Interesting.
I don't know. Don't make me start
No,
to
no,
speak like a therapist.
I feel that. I just mean it's really interesting, and I've said this in an interview before, like writing optimistic pop music and being the odd one out. It's just a really interesting thing, I think.
Because there's a lot of sad girls out there.
Yeah, and
That's
so
the
I want.
theme.
Yeah, and then like now that times are changing, like will our music reflect what we hope for, which is maybe something a little more optimistic? Like it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, you and I both will fill that void.
Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have only a couple more minutes left of drinking and talking about drinks. If you're just tuning in, I'm walking around my house. I'm trying to
We want
get.
to see the bump. Let's be honest here.
You want to see my bump?
Yes, please.
Ugh, when I bump, you bump, just like that. Okay, I'll show you my bump. Just hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna waddle to the bathroom. I need to take off all my bras that don't fit anymore. Got to put my vibrator away. You know, girl.
Alexa, never mind. I can't get into it. I really can't get into it.
What? No,
Let's
not
just say, let's just say I needed to use my Amazon account because Alexa needed something, and she shares one with her mom.
Oh,
LOL.
bless. Okay, this is me. Here I am, bumping.
Oh my gosh.
I know, like when I'm front on, it's like I'm not very. It's not. You can't see it, but when I'm coming, she's coming in.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Is she active? Is she kicking a lot?
She's giving me the middle finger.
Oh my god.
And she's definitely starting to chatter.
Wow. You look so good.
I'm trying to keep it cute. Look, a little crop top.
It's so cute. Heck
You know, a little crop top. Okay, I better stop.
So cute. No, that was really cute.
But you know, life is happening. It's all happening, guys.
Wow. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know I was gonna be the first one to know and have to keep it biggest secret ever, but like here we are.
One of the firsts.
So sweet. I'm so happy for you. And I'm so thankful for how great Drinks has been and how amazing. I love the video and like #4 most added to pop radio. Like only our team. Like amazing. Guys, if you're watching, like, oh my God, I'm so grateful.
So wait, before we go, because we only have a few more minutes till 6 o'clock. I wanted to ask about, like, it's okay if you don't have anything to offer or what you've been doing since you were talking about being a little anxious during quarantine. Was there anything that was helping you? I mean, like, I, from my point of view, I have always been the person that has been like great with routine and meditating and working out. But now this is like such an unprecedented time, and you almost like I'm better in a routine on tour than I am at home, like when I'm going, you know? So I'm not really I haven't leaned on some of my trusty dusty tools, mental health tools that I used to. But you know, we have different routines. Like we have dinner at like 6:30 or 7 with the kids and stuff like that. So, but what are you doing? Because you're quarantining by yourself. Like most people are with their family or with a crush.
Yeah.
You are literally just getting to know you, honey.
Yeah. I mean, I think the routine is everything. Waking up at the right, like setting a time to wake up is really important.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I try to wake up between like 8 and 9 every day. That's
okay,
good.
girl.
I've been going on a lot of like solo walks. That's helpful. But also, honestly, like, I don't want to like sound like this is a calculated answer, but like, I've had to really think about how I can relate and engage my fans online. Like, I've really just kind of.
I see you TikToking.
Yeah, that.
And you never really TikToked before.
Never before have I TikToked.
You're ticking and you're talking.
And I'm doing it the best I can. It's
those dance moves are wild. I mean, not yours. Just like
I haven't done any dancing.
Just like TikTok dance moves are wild.
So that, I mean, I've just been kind of like connecting with people online, but like I really needed to take some time. I haven't been like single in a second since, I don't know, at the end of last year, and so that's been happening.
You read books.
You know what? This is like the one time I'm not reading a lot. I'm writing a ton. I have like, I almost call them like little hook poems where like I have like one hook in the poem and then like they're like 4 or 5 lines of like a little beautiful description. They're almost like captions to a picture. And I've got like hundreds of them now. So we've just been kind of doing that.
I
But
saw some
writing and all that.
I saw something the other day where someone was saying artists don't write songs about quarantine after quarantine is done because we've already been through that.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously you should write about whatever you want to write, but do you think you'll have like songs from this time that kind of encapsulates this moment? Or my question is are we going to want a television show about this time, or we've like been like, I've been through it, I'm over it. Let's just like
Hmm.
look at life in a different lens.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think that maybe we'll want to look back maybe in 75 years or something. I think as soon as this is done, we're not going to want to look back, but I think at one point in time it will be a really interesting period and like maybe we'll want like the poems I'm writing, I think some of them are interesting because they do reflect the reality of this time, but they may not be valuable to somebody unless it's the future and they want to like think about like what people went through. So, do you know what I'm saying? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Shakespeare wrote during that specific time when what was it? It wasn't
Not like the
anyways,
bubonic plague, was it? I don't even
it
know.
was
What was that like?
something like that.
Here
It's
we
like
are, just
yeah,
revealing
no,
how
it was
bad
one of
our
those
history
things you
is.
see on Instagram. It's like, well, if you know, if so and so can write this during the bubonic plague, you can also write, you know, the best or make or be creative. And I'm like, shit.
I don't know. I think that pressuring yourself to perform during this time is like definitely not healthy. But
That's
I'm
good
sure,
advice.
yeah, and also, but I'm sure we all have like a very honest, truthful account of things right now that wouldn't cause any harm by putting it down into words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if they're stupid words, it's like good to keep track of our experiences because future generations will want to look back and see what was up.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Yesterday, I did a lot of film from home things, and I'm doing American Idol, and you know, it's all on iPhones or these pop-up kits, and it's pretty intense, like setting it all up, or someone in your family member setting it all up, or
Yeah.
it's and having to direct yourself, light yourself, make up yourself, you know.
Put yourself in giant rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, that was different, but it definitely feels like it reminded me of the time when I was where you know, are at or we're starting at. It's like it's when you're doing everything on your own, you're making it happen, you're hustling, you are starting the conversation, and
Right.
that's what you are doing now, and I admire. So if you're tuning into this Instagram live, we have been talking about Sin, who is an incredible new artist and has a song out called Drinks, and you can check it out on all platforms. And there's a pretty cool video that goes along with it. And if you are listening to your local pop radio station, you can also request Drinks to be played. And maybe like why doesn't every pop radio station play Drinks at 5 o'clock on the dot? Anyways,
I mean, why
it's
not?
the Drinks song.
What do they have to lose, really?
Nothing.
Well, Katie, thank you so much for coming on the chat. I miss you and I think about you, and thanks for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I love you, and I'm happy that you're happy and you're sound and you're, you know, writing down all the all the feelings, and I'm excited for your future and always here as a fairy godmother of sorts.
My Perry godmother.
Your Perry godmother
And
to tell
I'm
you.
Cinderella.
Oh
Hello.
my God! Did you just make that up right now? I'm
No, I've
gonna
told you
cry.
this before. You're
Oh,
silly.
now I'm just listening for the first time. Wait, I'm your Perry godmother and you're Cinderella? Oh my
I know.
God.
You took me out of my regs in Michigan and brought me to LA.
I love it. It's
I
so
know.
fairy tale fun. Welcome to
You're so
Hollywood.
cute.
We're buckle up, y'all. Buckle
Whoa.
up. All right, guys. Well, we love you. We hope you're staying safe during this quarantine. Check out Drinks from Sin and request it on your local pop radio station, and you will be seeing more from her in the future, in real life, and me too.
Can't wait for your album.
Don't tell them about that yet.
They ask me all the time, and I want to respond. Do you think I know? Like I don't even get to know. I don't know things.
Just giving away exclusives right there,
Everybody
girl.
who's always asking me, I don't know shit. Please.
Just giving away all kinds of exclusives, Cynthia. Cynthia!
Please. It's not me. Trust me.
All right. Love you.